Chair, I'm going to stall a little bit as we transition, but I see our harbor director who is just walking up to the podium just in time. I'm very pleased to bring bring forward a proclamation honoring and recognizing the Channel Islands Harbor on the 60th anniversary. So we do have a presentation, so I want to introduce and hand it over to our harbor director, Mr. Michael Tripp.
Good morning. Good morning, Chair Parvin, honorable members of the board, and CEO Johnson. Yeah, I'm very excited today to talk to you about the 60th anniversary of the harbor. We got a lot of people coming in, but while they're filling in, I just want to mention a couple notable. We have the mayor of Oxnard and the mayor of Port Hueneme. We also have a commissioner from Port Hueneme. Yeah, lots of stakeholders from the harbor, and so we're really happy to have everybody here honoring our great harbor. So to give just a really quick history of where we are and where we're going, the harbor was finalized in 1965, and it wasn't much back then. It was only 500 slips. We had our launch ramp. We had one yacht club and one little chandelier shop. But it's come a long way. Right now, it's one of the largest harbors in California, well, largest recreational harbors in California. We have 2,100 slips. We contribute hundreds of jobs to the area, and a study that we did back in 2018 said that the harbor itself has $159 million economic impact on the region. And like I said, that was in 2018, so it's definitely higher at this point. It's a great cultural and recreation hub. You can see a picture right here. This is from our Festival of Whales, where we had a community mural that people could come up and paint. We have great public spaces, beaches, parks, other areas for the community to come to. We have a great maritime museum that keeps track of the precious history of this area. And we have annual events such as our Fireworks by the Sea, our Parade of Lights, several car shows, concerts by the sea, and our Parade of Lights that all draw thousands of people to the harbor, and they're all free. The harbor started as a public-private collaboration, and it remains one to this day. We work with the federal government, state government, our local agencies, local cities, and of course with private development. All the private development that we have in here is public-private partnership. We have a shared vision to make this place an exciting thing for Ventura County. Something interesting that you can see going on in this picture right here, you can see a private investment going on. That's a new docks that are going in right there. And then if you look behind it, that's the federal dredging project. Here's a little quick timeline of the harbor. Between 1939 and 1945, Port Hueneme was first built, and then it was shortly thereafter taken over by the Navy because of the Second World War. But something they noticed quickly after they built the Port Hueneme is that the rock jetties that they built out up to that underwater canyon were causing sand to go into that canyon, and it was causing a lot of erosion on the beach just down shore of it. So the Army Corps had to do something, and they decided to build a sand trap so they could catch the sand and then transport it over the canyon. And they decided, since they were doing that anyway, they might as well build a recreational harbor, because when the Navy took over the Port Hueneme, they also got rid of the current recreational boaters that were in there. We had a need for recreational boating in the area. So beginning in 1960 and finalizing in 1965, our harbor was dredged. It was then given to the county, and the county was in charge of putting in all the infrastructure and doing the private deals to get the hotels and restaurants and shops put in there. And so where are we today? We have 2,150 boat slips, 2 boat yards, 12 different marinas. We have a hotel, several restaurants, shopping, and our maritime museum. We have 605 residential units, 4 public parks, 2 beaches, and a boating center that's run by Channel Islands University. What current development projects that we have going on right now? We have lots of parking lot projects that we're working on. All of our parking lots in the harbor need some work, so we've done 3 of them so far. We're going on to the other side of the harbor now. We're going to replace the surge wall. We're upgrading the public restrooms, and we're going to build a new harbor department headquarters. As far as private development goes, we have 2 marinas that are under construction right now. We have 4 in the pipeline that are just waiting for these ones to finish up. We have the Fisherman's Wharf development that we've recently turned into the Coastal Commission, and they've given us their first review and given us some comments. And we have the Hyatt House Hotel, which has started some earthwork on the old Casa Serena site. As far as the 60th anniversary, what are we doing differently? We're trying to do all of our public events a little bit better. We've already had a couple. We had the Celebration of Wales, and we had our Safe Boating Expo, which took place last weekend. We're gonna have our car shows, our concerts by the sea. Something different we're doing this year, we're gonna have a concert on sea, where we're actually gonna have a boat in the middle of the harbor. People are gonna be able to bring their boats up to it and listen to music. We have our Fine Arts Festival. We're gonna have our Parade of Frights. I believe it's our 5th annual one coming up here. We're gonna have our Harbor Food and Toy Drive, and of course, our annual Parade of Lights. Some things that we're adding, we have the fish fry and speaker series going on at the Maritime Museum. When the harbor first opened, they had a fish fry, so we wanted to bring that back. And we're also gonna have an educational day where local schools are gonna be able to send a few classes worth of kids in there, and we're gonna have them go on our tall ship, go in the Maritime Museum, and go to the boating center so they can learn about our great harbor. And so that's the end of my presentation. One other thing I did want to bring out, though, is I just wanted to honor the people who really made this harbor a thing. Richard Bard, a former, among other things, county supervisor, who not only had the vision of having a harbor here, he pushed very hard to make it happen and actually donated some of his own property, 120 acres, so that the harbor could take place. The McGraths actually donated some land too. And also to Bud Smith. He was the local businessman who was willing to take a risk and invest the money to make the harbor into something very special. So with that, thank you. I'm available for any questions, and if not that, we can go to the speakers.
Questions?
Yeah, I think we'll go to, there's a number of public speakers signed up.
Okay, we'll go to the public speakers.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Lopez, Chair Parvin. We do have a number of speakers today. If I missed your name, I apologize. Please come up to the podium because we are having a conflict with the speakers we're trying to work out right now. So our first speaker is going to be Luis MacArthur, followed by Martha McQueen-Lejeune and Renee Ayu.
Thank you very much. It's my honor to be here, honorable members of the Board of Supervisors. It is really my privilege and honor to come before this board to present a proclamation honoring the celebration of Channel Islands Harbor's 60th anniversary. The accomplishments have been just absolutely fantastic, and I'm enthusiastic. I know a lot of our members of our community are with what's to come, and we welcome the robust conversations to be had. And I'm just looking to be a great partner with the county in ensuring that we see the vision that currently exists for the harbor to get that realized. So I'm just here before you, just committing myself to be a great partner with the county to see the great ideas come forward. And so it is my honor to come before this honorable board and present this proclamation to all of you. Thank you. I'll leave this right up here. Yeah, is that okay? Okay. Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Our next speaker is going to be Martha McQueen-Lejeune, followed by Renee Ayu and Debbie Mitchell.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Dr. Martha McQueen-Lejeune. I'm the mayor of the city of Port Hueneme. I'd like to first thank the board for agendizing this item to give me the opportunity to be before you this morning and to congratulate the Channel Islands Harbor for their 60th anniversary. Born in Oxnard, born and raised here in Oxnard, my family and I have had the awesome opportunity to visit a lot of the amenities that the harbor has to offer. We've kayaked, we've been boating, I've done some deep sea fishing, we've been to restaurants, the weekly market, and so we really have enjoyed the Channel Islands Harbor. So really am just glad to be here and be able to say that to you this morning. But secondly, on behalf of the city of Port Hueneme, I wanted to extend our heartfelt thanks to the board, more specifically Supervisor Lopez, which is our representative here on the board. And so we want to give you a special thanks to you and to the Ventura County Harbor Department and all those who have been instrumental in ensuring the success of our dredging project over the years. And when I say over the years, I mean prior years, currently, and this extends to the future as well. So you all know that this is critical for our community. So as you well know, these efforts are not only safeguard our infrastructure and environment, but they also help sustain economic vitality and safety for our community. So we are deeply grateful for your commitment and partnership to the City of Port Hueneme, the Port of Hueneme, and the Army Corps of Engineers, and for your steadfast support and your advocacy on behalf of our community. So thank you so much.
Thank you for your comment. Our next speaker is going to be Renee Ayu, followed by Debbie Mitchell and Doug Reifenberg.
Good morning, Supervisors. My name is Renee Ayu, and I'm with the Harbor and Beach Community Alliance. We're here today to join with the Harbor Department in celebrating the Harbor's 60th anniversary. But we're also here to congratulate the Harbor Department for the improvements they have made at the harbor over the past 3.5 years. They have been tremendous. Those efforts have been working to make our wonderful harbor a more inviting place for many more visitors to enjoy. They have renovated harbor facilities. Those efforts are attracting developers and harbor marina operators who will invest to make the harbor more attractive to visitors. The community, as you will hear today, have long recognized the beauty and the value of our harbor. It is now clear to us that many more people are recognizing this too. The harbor has attracted companies like Carl's, Brighton Hotels, and recently 2 of the largest marina operators in the country, Suntex and Blackstone. We support harbor efforts that maximize affordable public access and to enjoy visitor-serving facilities. We also would like to invite those of you who may not be as familiar with our harbor to come and visit us, and we will be happy to give you a tour of the harbor by boat. Thank you.
Debbie Mitchell, followed by Doug Reifenberg and Travers Newton.
Hi, thank you for this today, and we are so happy to actually be honoring and supporting the Harbor Department, which we fought against for years. I work with Renee in HPCA. It's almost it's as hard to figure out where we're at as it was to park. But we parked in Ojai, we walked. And we really want to thank the Harbor Department for something really incredible that has happened. I mean, Michael Tripp has been so transparent, and we gave him such a hard time when he first came here. We literally set traps just to find out that he was an evil person, and we failed. And he got involved right away with the Harbor Food and Toy Drive. The Harbor Department itself has gone. Every person in the Harbor Department has gone out of their way to not just do their job, but to invite public engagement and to do outreach to all of Oxnard, to all of Ventura County. Things like the Real Guppy group in the heart that Carl's is making a space for. I mean, it's like I remember the first presentation I saw from them where I thought, oh, this is for underprivileged kids, and this is this. No, this is about building families, and it's open to all of Ventura County. And so HBCA is really happy to sponsor. And if you want to take a quick picture of this, or I could leave things, you can make a donation online, and we're trying to do something really quick in May to sponsor 150 kids for this summer. And it's only $40 to sponsor a kid. They have to show up with an adult. That's amazing. So all of these things that work out towards making it visitor serving, seriously visitor serving, not just to Ventura County, but when people outside of our state hear about this amazing harbor, hear about these amazing beaches, it draws people to come and visit, and those people bring businesses, and those businesses employ and keep our residents here. And without the entertainment and the family things that are going on at the harbor, why would a kid graduate from college and stay here? They would go someplace else that's more amazing. But when you meet people who live in Ventura County and come here and enjoy the harbor, this makes a huge difference. So thank you for supporting it, and thank you.
Our next speaker is going to be Doug Reifenberg, followed by Travers Newton and Audrey Howe.
Yeah, Chair Parvin, honorable board members, county staff, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak here today. I'm Doug Riffenberg. I'm the executive director of the Channel Islands Maritime Museum here in the Channel Islands Harbor. And for centuries, cities and cultures have been built around harbors because of the movement of people, ideas, and goods. And we are a county not with one, not with two, but 3 harbors. And our Ventura County story is really inseparable from the water. Our maritime heritage runs deep here, and it shapes our local economy, our environment, our sense of place. It's really part of our community identity. So it's an honor to be here today to celebrate the 60th anniversary of this remarkable harbor. It's really been an incredible milestone for Ventura County. I also want to say that the Channel Islands Maritime Museum is proud to be a longstanding partner with the Channel Islands Harbor Department. And it's because of the ongoing support that we've been able to enhance the richness in our community by offering exceptional exhibits, community events, educational experience. All of that connects us with and our visitors with our seafaring heritage, which is really important here in Ventura County. That said, just an FYI, and Director Tripp mentioned it, on July 17th from 5 to 7, the Harbor Department and the museum, we're going to be celebrating the 60th anniversary. Everybody here is invited, those as well on Zoom. We are commemorating the original harbor fish fry with the fish taco dinner. We'll have presentations by local historians, and we're going to follow that with a community storytelling session. So bring your memories, bring your memorabilia, and you can learn more about that at our website, at the Channel Islands Maritime website, and also the Harbor, Channel Islands Harbor website as well. So we're grateful to be part of this legacy. We look forward to working with the Harbor for the next 60 years, and we want to just thank the Harbor and the county for all your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is going to be Travers Newton, followed by Audrey Howe and Selena Zacharias.
Good morning. Thank you for giving me a chance to speak. I'm only here because I'm the grandson of Richard Bard, and some of you are familiar with the Bard House that my late mother and sister and I have been trying to lobby the Navy to make it more accessible to the public, because it's a gem to the county, you know, and it's not on your historic board up there. So great-grandfather was sent to Ventura in 1865 by President Lincoln's Assistant Secretary of War, Thomas Scott, who was planning to build a transcontinental railroad, Texas and Pacific, and he needed a western terminus. And Richard was surveying the Santa Clara Valley, and he found the Deepwater Canyon at Port of Hueneme. He thought that could be a terminus, so he built a wharf there. And when the railroad came, they lost their business. So my grandfather donated land, and he went to see President Roosevelt and Secretary of the Interior Harold Ickes, and they turned him down for federal funding during the Depression in the 30s. And I'm convinced, he supported Wendell Willkie when Roosevelt was in the sort of pro-isolationist movement. So sure enough, it was inaugurated in 39, and when Pearl Harbor was attacked, my grandfather's Princeton classmate, Secretary of the Navy James Forrestal, took our harbor access, our farms, our homes by condemnation, act of condemnation. And that's not told in the Seabee Museum, by the way, or anywhere. So that's something we'd like to present in the Bard House. So when grandfather came back from serving in Germany in World War II, he'd been in one in France, he was shocked to see that the Army Corps of Engineers design for Hueneme Harbor caused severe erosion to the beach of Hueneme. So he went back to the Corps, and they said, build a harbor for its sand trap, as Michael Tripp mentioned, at Channel Islands Harbor. So he went to Eisenhower, and they were dragging their feet financially, so he gave about half of the land needed for the harbor. I didn't know I could show images. I sent to Supervisor Lopez a graphic of an overlay of the lots, and they're mainly Fisherman's Wharf, the yacht storage boat slip, and portion of where the hotels and condos are that made Bud Smith a billionaire. And we've lobbied the supervisors for a historical presentation area. We thought maybe Fisherman's Wharf would be an area. We opposed Supervisor Zargos's effort to privatize.
Mr. Newton, your 3
and
minutes
that could
for
be
public
an area,
comment
so we hope
is
you'll
up. Thank you.
keep us in mind. Thank you.
Our next speaker is going to be Audrey Howell, followed by Selena Zacharias and Cheryl Connolly.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here today. My name is Audrey Howe. I'm here on behalf of the Channel Islands Harbor Foundation and as my role as Deputy Director of Mystic Ocean Adventures and the tall ship Mystic Whaler. Very happy to be here as we celebrate this wonderful 60th anniversary. Channel Islands Harbor is my home, but it is also where I get to work and volunteer my time. So I spend basically almost all of my life at the Channel Islands Harbor. The goal of Channel Islands Harbor Foundation is to increase public use of the harbor, and I am so proud to share that we sponsor many things, including the fireworks show enjoyed by the public for 4th of July. We also sponsor the concerts in the park, and very importantly, we also grant funds to a variety of nonprofits that support youth activities at the harbor. I'd like to thank the Harbor Department, especially Michael, Jed, and Claudia, for all of their support and help with everything we do with Harbor Foundation, and also to our president, Bob Naum. Thank you as well to the County of Ventura for your support of the harbor as well. It makes all the difference in the world. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about what I think is a beautiful piece of architecture in Channel Islands Harbor, and that is the tall ship Mystic Whaler. And we are so proud to call Channel Islands Harbor our home. And we couldn't think of a better place to teach STEAM comprehension and to help youth grow personally and emotionally while they come on board the ship. And it is really a perfect home as we welcome students and Girl Scouts and all of the other local youth who come here to find this unique educational opportunity. We don't forget about the adults either, but we like the kids a lot more. So, you know, we're very grateful for that. And I also want to talk about some of the partnerships in the harbor. And not only do we have a partnership with the County of Ventura, the Harbor Department, but we've also formed partnerships with each other in the harbor. And some of these include with Real Guppies, with the Channel Islands Boating Center, and with Channel Islands Yacht Club. And what I really admire about the harbor is really it is a community hub. Yes, it's a beautiful harbor where you can keep your boat, but it's a wonderful place where people can come together and find out about the beauty of this area that we live in. And I'm proud to say that, you know, we are offering free sails to the disabled American veterans and to a Girls Adventure Day sale. So I want to thank the harbor, I want to thank the county for letting this harbor thrive and for letting wonderful experience like this exist. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Audrey. Our next speaker is going to be Selena Zacharias, followed by Cheryl Connolly and David Copper.
Good morning, Chair Parvin and Board of Supervisors. I've had the honor and pleasure of working with so many of you in different capacities throughout the year, so I feel like I'm at home. On behalf of my fellow harbor commissioners from the Port of Hueneme, we want to celebrate this year with Mr. Michael Tripp and his staff on the incredible work on the 60th anniversary. I do have to say is that I have had the opportunity to work with Mr. Tripp and his small and mighty staff. I got to tell you, they are a pleasure to work with. I do also serve on his foundation for the Channel Islands Harbor. And, you know, I say that because he has such a small staff, but they do so much. I know that I've got him on speed dial. I'll text him to say, hey, do you have a minute for a quick question? Always open and available. And thank you very much for the partnerships that we have out at the Channel Islands Harbor. As mentioned in Mr. Tripp's presentation, is that we are also connected, right? The port, the city of Port Hueneme, and the harbor. And as a county, I think that that's what makes us strong. that we're able to work together. If it weren't for the dredging, the city of Port Hueneme would not get their sand. If it weren't for Mr. Bard, we wouldn't have a port. If it weren't for the port, we wouldn't have a harbor, right? So we're so interconnected, and I think that that's one thing I truly appreciate, that we as a county work really close together. So on behalf of my fellow harbor commissioners, I'd like to present this resolution 1335 to the Channel Islands Harbor, Mr. Tripp and his staff, for an incredible year of 60 years of fabulousness. And also we look forward to the celebration. And I'd like to put on my other hat as your Executive Director of Community and Government Relations for Cal State Channel Islands. We have the boating center, that great partnership we have. And once again, thank you to all of you for making it happen. And it's a collaboration where we're providing water safety courses to the public as well as to our students at Cal State Channel Islands. And once again, this is a community, and we're making things happen, and we're making it work. So thank you very much. And Mr. Tripp, congratulations on your 60th anniversary. You do not look a day over 21.
Thank you. Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is going to be Cheryl Connolly, followed by David Copper and Chuck Carter.
Good morning. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. Congratulations to the anniversary of the Channel Islands Harbor and Michael for everything you guys have doing for us. Island Packers is celebrating, as of Mother's Day, 57 years. My parents started this in 1968, so I've seen the changes of the harbor from many, many years. So we provide the boat transportation to the Channel Islands National Park to all 5 islands, exclusive boat concessionaire running from Ventura and Channel Islands Harbor. I am the only child left in the family operating the company with my employees, and I'm proud to say that we're doing quite well. We have 70% of our passengers are from Ventura Harbor and approximately 30% from the Marine Emporium Landing. We take approximately 180,000 people last year to the Channel Islands, whether it's whale watching, shoreline cruises, hiking, camping, kayaking on the islands, school trips, many children coming out on whale watching and educational programs with our boats. We have 3 vessels from Ventura and 1 from Channel Islands. Our vision is to grow. We can't grow any further anymore in Ventura, and we would love to expand our visitors into Channel Islands Harbor. The Marine Emporium Landing is a great location for us, except it's just not big enough to me to bring that new catamaran in 2027. These boats carry 140 people, and we plan to expand our program so we can do more trips, not only to the islands, but along the shoreline of the coast and in the harbor. So please keep us in mind for growth and in the future. And we look forward to working with the harbor because we feel this harbor is a great place for visitors. We get people from all around the world to come to the islands. So please keep us in mind for growth, and we'd love to be at the Marine Emporium Landing and expand there, or the Victoria Avenue, that area, Victoria, would be a great destination for us, as we know that Channel Islands Harbor is the gateway to the Channel Islands, and we want to be part of that and help grow the harbors, increase with visitors. Thank you.
Okay, our next speaker is going to be David Copper, followed by Chuck Carter and Steve Kenley.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Dave Copper, and I'm on the Board of Directors of the Channel Islands Neighborhood Council, the area north of the Channel Islands Bridge. And I want to acknowledge the special occasion and the leadership of Michael Tripp. He's been excellent to work with, and we've worked particularly well together on a number of things, actually, but one in particular that hasn't been brought up yet is the harbor water quality, and I appreciate the support the board has provided in the past with the city to work on a feasibility study, and we'll have more information hopefully in a few months about what that is. But right now, I just want to recognize Michael Tripp and the harbor and the special milestone of the 60th anniversary. Thank you.
Our next speaker is going to be Chuck Carter, followed by Steve Kenny and Kevin Brennan.
Good morning, board members. My name is Chuck Carter. I'm a member of Channel Islands Neighborhood Council, and I'm here to congratulate the county on the 60th anniversary of the harbor. It's the crown jewel of Oxnard. It brings tourists and visitors from all over the world. As Ms. Connolly presented, Island Packers has visitors coming from everywhere, international visitors to come and see our harbor and see our wonderful park. So appreciate the support we have from the City Council and this Board of Supervisors to make our harbor better than it is now. And it's you know, some people think the harbor is just one district. It really is the whole city of Oxnard. It's the whole county of Ventura. We want more businesses to come in. We want more visitors to come in, and that improves the taxes and the resources for the whole county. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is going to be Steve Kenny, followed by Kevin Brannon and Dave Kolker.
Good morning, Supervisors. I'm Steve Kenny. I'm the president of the Harbor Lessees Association. That's the group of individuals and companies that provide all the private investment that fuels the development around the harbor and has for the past 60 years. I was looking back a little bit and discovered that the first marina lease was signed in 1963, actually before the harbor was official, but I guess they took it on faith that it was really going to happen. And that lease came about with Channel Islands Marina. And then the first commercial lease was with Fred Banger for Coast Chandlery in 1964. And the Banger name has been associated with that harbor ever since. Not to drop names, but John Wayne was an early lessee at the harbor as well, though I don't know what his business interest was. And of course, the Hall of Famer lessee of all time is Bud Smith, as Michael mentioned. Present day, I just want to underscore a comment that Renee made, and that has to do with the recent and current new investment into the harbor, particularly by the marina companies. I mean, the companies that she named are truly nationwide operators of marinas. They have the resources to look everywhere and to go anywhere they want, frankly. The fact that that new investment has come about at the scale that it has, to me, underscores better than any words can what the perception of the harbor is today and the prospects for its future, because they simply would not invest here if they didn't see that positive outlook. And in the future, excuse me, I just appreciate the partnership that seems to be in place now and hope that we continue with that. The lessees want to provide the investment and the energy to make the landside developments shine, and we're relying and hoping on the county support to continue for the capital investments that have to be made there to keep the harbor shining, and your long-term vision and leadership to keep it all together. So congratulations.
Our next speaker is going to be Kevin Brennan, followed by Dave Kolker.
Good morning, Board of Supervisors. Pleasure to be here today. For the harbor, I wrote a bunch of notes down, but I'm going to jump back and forth because I kept adding to them as I seen I had a little bit more time. First, to Michael Tripp, I put down here that there is a buzz in the harbor, and Michael Tripp's, he's doing an incredible job. His vibe is infectious, and looking forward to the future. He came in and did our podcast when he first came in to kind of let us know what was going on, not just well, first, I'm Kevin with Roe Guppy Outdoors. You guys keep hearing about Roe Guppies. And we have a dockside learning and research center now because we got a boat. And we run it out of the Channel Islands Harbor. And it's also a multimedia studio that we do a lot of highlighting of my TV show, Real Anglers, which highlights the Channel Islands primarily. But there is a lot of partnerships going on in the harbor right now. We're working with the boating center, of course, HBCA, thank you very much. Let's see, the museum, we did a showcase of our TV show there. We have interns that come in and work with us from Channel Islands High School's Upward Bound and CSU-CI. We have interns, and then we just figured out a contract or signed a contract yesterday for the boating center. We partnered with Ventura County Probation to do Oceans of Opportunity, and knowing that we're going to be running out of that facility for a while is pretty neat, you know. Carl's has been very transparent. Axel's like family. He's come in and did our podcast as well. Comes by all the time to show us the blueprint. and knowing that we're going to have a facility there for years to come is just great. We've been in Ventura County. Well, I know off of Wainimi Road. I used to ride my bicycle from there, from the pier to the harbor since I was about 10 years old. We have about 100 years. We call it Brannonism, Brannons that have been, worked off of Wainimi Road. My grandparents run the duck hunting club. I know my great-grandma used to hang out at the missile stop. My mom worked at Del Monte. I started working at Port Wainimi sport fishing when I was about 12. So we were, like Selena said, there is a big community there from Port Wainimi to the Channel Islands Harbor. And I'm looking forward to being a part, not just as the guppy guy, but as Community Kevin. I do a lot of stuff in tourism, our multimedia studio, highlighting our backyard. I was down at the PCS show, which is Pacific Sport Fishing magazine show that was down in Orange County, and I forgot the name of the group. It wasn't Visit Oxnard, but they had somebody there. It was like Coastal Area Tourism Council or something. Yeah, and that was pretty neat to be down there showcasing, you know, Port Wainimi, Channel Islands, Oxnard, Camarillo, and Ventura, and to see our harbor growing is great. You know, I know when I left one time to go kayaking like in Santa Barbara, and I'm like, why am I leaving there when we have all this stuff in our backyard? So to highlight it, I know Jed does a great job on their multimedia side of showcasing all the new stuff that's coming out. So there's, like I said, there's a buzz down there. We're happy to be a part of it. Again, pioneering it. My only request, I told this to Axel when they do the groundbreaking for the new area in Carl's Land, that I get to stand on the shovel like this, like the picture from the Bards when they did it in Wainimi. They used to be on McDonald's and Saviors. I want to be in that same picture so that my grandkids could be like, there's, yeah. So just to drop that in there. All right, thank you. Great job. Congratulations. Oh yeah, and the fundraiser if you want to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're going to transition to Zoom. Our next speaker is Dave Kolker. I see that you've been promoted. I can see you on camera. So if you unmute your mic, you'll have 3 minutes to give your comment.
Good morning. Good morning, Board of Supervisors and Harbor Department, Ventura County Harbor Department. My name is Dave Kolker. I am the Executive Director for the Ventura County Commercial Fishermen's Association. We're pleased to see the harbor turn 60 and celebrate with you. Commercial fishermen have long called the Channel Islands Harbor home and contributed economically and culturally. We're excited with the commitment that the Harbor Department has shown and the Board of Supervisors in the county supporting our industry and the community's access, supporting the community's access to our products. We currently work with the county through the Harbor Administration and the community to continue to provide our high quality food protein source. We're very much looking forward to the future and thank the county for its continuing commitment to our industry. Thank you and happy 60th anniversary to the Channel Islands Harbor.
Thank you. Chair Parvin, that concludes our public comment for this item. Thank you.
Well, there are a lot of people celebrating the anniversary here. Do you have any comments? I'm sure we do.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. So first of all, thank you everyone for showing up, and you've all really covered and demonstrated the strength of the Channel Islands Harbor, starting off with our director, Mr. Michael Tripp, who has been working very hard the last couple of years to ensure that when we talk about partnerships, we mean it. And you've all demonstrated that with the efforts to ensure that the harbor is thriving and that as it is growing and as I heard, even opportunities to grow. So I want to thank the Harbor Department as a whole, and even mentioning or even to include that there's a lot going on in the harbor, and it was mentioned by each of you representing a different piece of the harbor, from commerce, tourism, maritime activities, residents and visitors who can enjoy pristine waters, scenic views, and diverse recreational, residential, and business opportunities. But the other piece that I want to make sure, because we have our harbor master here, is the presence of harbor patrol and emergency services who rely on the Channel Islands Harbor. So there is a lot going on in this harbor, and with a small and mighty team who is making sure that that happens. The partnerships from public to private with with the neighbors in the area have really shown up, and even elections. I want to make sure that I don't forget elections, because I see Selena, who ensures that the Channel Islands Boating Center is open as an election center. So there is definitely a lot that goes on throughout the year, and just want to thank everyone for making the harbor a great place for everyone to enjoy, and it is a space for our entire county and our public. So I'll hand it over to you, Chair, if there's any additional comments, and we do have a proclamation to present to the Harbor Department.
Any other comments? I just have to say something. There's one area that you didn't cover, and it's the one that I use most often, and it's when I get really stressed out. Nothing like being on a boat in the harbor. It's very calming. It's just the greatest experience ever. So I would say mental health as well fits into this family of uses and purposes. But really, really love what everyone said, and I feel the same way. And I think I've been going there for 60 years. I think I've eaten in restaurants that have come and go, hotels that have come and go. But I love our future. I look forward to it, and thank you, Mr. Tripp, for all the work that you're doing, and all of the community that are so involved and make it such a special place. With that,
one more.
Oh,
Could I
yes,
have,
we have one more.
Yes, I just want to say to Travis, thank you and your family for the devotion for Ventura County in creating that harbor, our Navy base. The partnership, as Selena had stated, in regards to the port, the Navy base, City of Port Hueneme, City of Oxnard, all of our businesses and our associations. Debbie, thank you for hitting the nail on the head. Hey, we tried to set him up and he failed. I love hearing that, because we've worked so hard to get the harbor to where it is. And we can't just say, oh, we always get along. You know, not everyone can be pleased, and we as a county are trying to do our best for our community, our constituents. And so I just love hearing that. And that we are at the stage where we are is pretty impressive. I just going from a graduation from a kid who got into college because of rowing on the harbor and the opportunities. I have friends who have gotten their kids into those programs, and they are getting into colleges for that reason. There are the fishing, how important that is, the skills you learn, the people you touch to just, hey, we care about you. Not only just we want to make sure you know how to fish, but you're learning a skill. And you're thinking, oh, if I can accomplish that, I can accomplish something else. And there's just a lot of things that are going on with all the businesses, education tours to Channel Islands, that are just hitting communities that I'd love to hear everyone reminding. One thing I would like to change, though, is that the Marine Corps engineers kind of figure out how to get that sand trap so we don't have to dredge every 2 years. That's a lot of money. But we do it because we need it. And that's important. But, I mean, that's the only one that I can do. Or the water quality on the harbor, okay, we need to do better just because of situations that happen where we are. But I love that we're all working together for that. And there was no one here negative, it was all positive. And after 60 years, that's pretty impressive. So thank you so much.
Right, Chair, so I would like to invite all our partners with the harbor to join us in the picture. I think that would be appropriate, and Mayor MacArthur as well as Mayor McQueen-Lejeune and Ms. Zacharias, so to join us in the picture, please. Thank you. And the staff from the department who are here, and I think they have the best view, work view, I would say.
Thank you.